share this screen with you. OneNote, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now here, this is the problem we started yesterday to solve, but time was finished. Part A is distance from A from D to H. DH distance. Now distance, when we move along D to H, theta is not changing, R is not changing, only phi is changing. So from this DL, from this DL, theta is not changing, so d theta is 0. Phi is not changing, so d phi is 0. So what left only? dr. No. When we move along this one, sorry, phi is changing, so d theta and dr will be 0. D theta and dr, as you can see here, d theta and dr is 0. dr 0, d theta 0. So what left is r sine phi d phi. So you can see here dh is integral dl, which is r sine theta d phi. Now here phi is changing. At point D, phi is 45 degree, and point H, phi is 60 degree. As it is given here, you can see, let me make it red color. You can see I put in red color underline. So pi over 4 yani 45 degree, and pi over 6, pi over 3 means 60 degree r sine theta. Now when we move along the line, the curve dh, r is not changing. And what is r here? It is 3, because r is going from 3 to 5. So r is 3 here. The inner radius is 3. And then what is theta here? Theta is the angle which starts from positive axis and go to negative axis. And theta is constant. It is the lower angle here at dh. At dh, theta is equal to 90 degree. At AE, theta starts. So theta is coming from positive z-axis. So at AE, theta is 60 degree, and DH, theta is 90 degree. When theta is 90 degree, sine of 90 is 1, and R is 3 here. So we have 3 only, 3 multiply 1 is 3, and then integral of phi with respect to phi will be phi, apply limit, pi over 3 minus pi over 4. So this is the answer. Tell me if this is not clear to anyone. DH. Okay. Then FG, from F to G. When we go from F to G, phi, theta is changing, but phi is constant and R is constant. So that will be equal to R d theta. D phi part is 0, dr part is 0, so only d theta part left. And that is R d theta, R term with d theta. And when we go from F to G, what angle is changing? Theta is changing. Theta starts from pi over 3 and go up to pi over 2. Now, this is the outer radius, and we can see here in the problem that outer radius is 5. So 5, then theta, apply limit, you get this answer. Similarly, now part C, AEHD. AEHD is the inner surface, inside surface, AEHD. So here is integral ds, And when we move along the surface AEHD, theta is changing, phi is changing, but R is fixed. R is 5. No, 3 here. Inner radius is 3. So from the surface element, here from the surface element, R is not changing, so dr is 0. And dr is in the third, that is 0. Dr is in the second, that is 0. So on the first left, R square sine theta d phi. So we have here R square sine theta d phi. This is the inner face where R is 3. So square is 9. Integral of sine theta is negative cosine theta. Apply the limit from pi over 3 to pi over 2. Then there is no phi here. No phi. So it means integral with respect to phi is 1. Integral with respect to phi is phi. Apply limit from pi over 4 to pi over 3, and after calculating, we get this answer. Similarly, the face ABCD, ABCD, the face which is on our side. When we move along ABCD face, phi is not changing. So in the surface element, wherever is a d phi, that will be 0. Only d theta and dr will be there. So we have r dr d theta, and r on this face is going from 3, inner radius 3, outer radius 5, and theta start from upper line where it is 60 and go to line DC. On line AB, theta is 60. On line DC, theta is 90. Calculate and you get the answer. And the rest is volume. And for volume, we have only one volume element, r squared sine theta, dr d theta d phi, and we have all these limits. And after calculation, we get this answer. So on this whole page, how do we get these things? If anyone has any question, can ask me. Yes, Shabab. So no one is asking, so it gave me hope that everything is clear. Now next is 3.3 line, surface and volume integrals. Although these are also line, surface and volume integrals. Line, surface and volume integrals. Okay, the first one is line integral. Given a vector field A. Now it depends that this A, let me write here. This vector field A, it will be some function of xy ax plus some function of xy ay in 2D. And vector field will be P of xyz ax plus q of xyz plus r of X, Y, Z, AZ in 3D. So this is a field of vectors, and then given a vector field and a curve and a curve. Let us say the curve is L. Now this curve L can be in 2D. It can be in 3D. It depends. Now, before, if a third variable is 0, like in Cartesian, cylindrical, spherical, if third dimension is 0, we are only in 2 dimensions. So it may be in 2D, but I think mostly questions will be in 3D. Okay, so given vector field A and the curve L, then the line integral is defined as integral over L, A, this vector field A, and dl. Now, this dl is actually the book can make them bold, but here when we are writing this, it is difficult to make it bold. What is dl is what you are seeing here. dl is dr, ar, r d theta, d a theta, r sine phi, d phi. So this is the volume element. And then here is a dl, which is equal to now this the curve L. How we will be given the curve which we are using here. We have a curve maybe in 2D, maybe in 3D. So how? Then the question is how this curve will be given. It can be given by a parametric equation in 2D, by parametric equations in 3D. In 3D, parametric equations, in 2D parametric equation, which has a starting point. So let me write it. First, a curve L, for example. This is the curve L. From point, let us give it a name, A, to a point A, B. So A, B we are using there, A is we are using there. So what other name should we give them? P, Q we are using. S and T, let us say S and T. So in 2D, it will be given by x equal to x of t and y equal to y of t. In 3 dimension, it will be z equal to z of t. These are parametric equations. Okay. So it can have a starting point. It can have some ending point. And when we do examples, we will see this in more details. So suppose we have this curve. Then how do we define line integral? If you ask me what line integral give us, the answer is it is a work done by a force A to move some object from S to T. It is over L, vector field A, dl. Actually, dl is also a vector. You can see here, for example, here let me show you. You know, here, masalan here, I'm showing you this dl. So dl is equal to what? D rho, a rho, d phi, a phi, d rho, dz, az. So a rho is what? A unit vector. A phi is a unit vector. Az is a unit vector. So dl is actually a vector quantity. So before I post this, I will, maybe you can remember this or can change this because that will be too much to change. So everywhere, wherever is a DL, I will put an arrow on it. So which is telling us that it is the vector element. Now, you know, dot product is defined as magnitude of this. Okay. And magnitude here, cosine of the angle between them, and dl. This small dl, yani without a vector notation, is like dr, is like d theta, is like d phi, is like dz, as we have seen in this previous example. Like r sine theta d phi. This is small dl on the right hand side without arrow. And so in the book, they are saying it is going from point A to point B. Any point A is a starting point like S, point B is the ending point like T. This will become more clear when we do some examples. Now, this is also possible that this L, this is also possible that this L is a closed curve. Here, what I'm showing you, this is an open curve. Let me make here also, like, for example, it can be like this, where starting point and ending point, they are the same. So we may have a closed curve, some closed curve, where counterclockwise is the direction. Okay. Before I go for surface integral, to make this thing more clear, let me see if there is some example given here. Yes, example 3.2. Given that F vector field, calculate the circulation of F around the closed path shown in figure 3.11. So to make these things more clear to you, Shabab, let me do one example. Any part of the example or part of example, let us say. Here, yes. Copy and paste. This is example. Example number 2. In your book, given that capital F is a vector field, like I wrote before, it was over there, it was A, and here is F. So this is a vector field. So we put an arrow on the vector field F. a vector field, calculate the circulation of f around, yani line integral. They are saying it's circulation of f around the closed path. We are saying line integral of f around the closed path. And what is the closed path? They are not giving here by some equation, but it is given here by a figure. So let me put here that figure also. Now you can see the bold curves, bold lines, bold vectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So vector L consists of here, according to the figure, the solution. According to the figure, this vector L consists of how many parts? 4 parts. Consists of how many parts? 4 parts. So we can say that this L, actually these are vectors, so it is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4. Now what is L1? How we define L1? In L1, Y is 0 and Z is also 0. So what is changing? Only X is changing. So X, AX plus 0, AY plus 0, AZ. And this is a rectangular box. We are using Cartesian coordinates. Where this X is going from where to where? Can someone tell me? X is going from
1 to 0.
Exactly, from 1 to 0. Similarly, let me write all these first, or maybe we can evaluate these integrals one by one and then add, or first define all these L, then take the integral. So first integral over L1, f dot dl. It will be integral from 1 to 0. Now y is a 0, z is a 0. So here what you are seeing, given f equal to this, wherever is y we put 0, wherever is z we put 0. So what left with the vector field f? It is x square ax dot dl. dl is dx ax plus all other are 0. Now when we take the dot product, we get from 1 to 0 x squared dx, because ax dot ax is 1. Integrate, what do you get? X power 3 over 3 from 1 to 0. So it is a negative 1 over 3. Is it clear, Shabab? Because you are seeing this first time, so let me ask you that if you have any question here so far. No? Okay. Now,
Doctor, the same
yes.
for A, Y, A, Z. Square of them, it's equal 1.
You see, ax dot ax is same like I dot I, and that is always 1. Magnitude of ax, you know,
Okay.
how we define dot product?
Okay, because of the unit factor. Yeah.
Yeah, they are unit vectors, and angle between them is 0. Cosine 0 is 1. Now what is L2 vector? When we move along L2, x is 0. So 0 ax, y is changing, dy, sorry, not dy, ay, unit vector along y-axis, and z is also 0, so az. So this is y, ay only, and I can, you know this, y is going from 0 to 1. It is clear from the figure. So the integral along line 2 vector field dot now dl will be coming from dl2, not dl is not same. It is d from dl2, y is from 0 to 1, and in the vector field f, wherever is x, put 0, wherever is z, put 0, and wherever is y, you keep it as it is, minus y square, and it will be dy. So minus y power 3 over 3, 0 to 1. So this is again negative 1 over 3. No, wait a minute. X is 0, y is changing, x is 0, z is 0. So we've minus y square az minus y square az, and y is going from 0 to 1 along 2 y dy. So it is y. Why the book is writing a different answer? That is wrong. Oh, yes, I got it. Here, I should, yes. From the vector field, if you put x0, z0, then you get negative y square az. I didn't make a note of this one. Dot dl is dy, yani dl2. If you like, you can also put here dl1 and here put dl2. dy ay. Now this is equal to 0 because az dot ay is 0, like I dot j is 0. Okay, now line L3 or
Doctor,
vector. Yes, please.
I'm sorry, one more time. How did you find the minus y square az? I mean, why is there y az?
In the vector field, we put x equal to 0, z equal to 0.
Okay, so we have 0 ax and
0
plus
ay.
I didn't get it. Isn't the vector field is the L2 we have here?
On, you see, on L2, line 2.
Okay.
In the vector field, you see, when we are on number 2, then x is 0, z is 0. Mazboot?
Yes, exactly.
And in the vector field, when we put x equal to 0, z equal to 0, we get 0ax minus 0ay minus y square az.
Oh, yes, I get it now. Yeah.
Mazboot?
Yes, I get it. Yes.
And from dl2, we get only dy, ay, and the dot product of az and ay is 0, so the whole thing is 0.
Okay.
Now line 3, this is Now interesting line, line 3. On line 3, x is changing. So we have x, ax. Y is 1, ay. X is a variable. It is coming from 0 to 1. When we move along the line 3, x is coming from 0 to 1, y is equal to 1, and z is also variable. So if you want to write, you can say x is between 0, 1, y equal to 1, and z is also between 0 and 1. Okay, so the line integral on L3, on the curve 3, L3, integral L3 vector field dot dl3 is equal to, so x is coming from 0 to 1, y is from 0 to 1. We can also say here x is equal to t, z equal to t, where t is from 0 to 1, because it is same. If we want to convert into parametric like in Math 201. But let us do same like here. It is going from 0 to 1. X, okay. When y is equal to 1, when y is equal to 1, what vector field is left? The vector field is x square ax minus xz ay minus y square. Az. Y is 1, so minus 1 az. This is vector field. And dl3, it is dx ax, dy 0 ay plus dz az. I hope this step is clear. If not to anyone, stop me. So when we take dot product, x,
Doctor,
yes,
when we said here is from 0 to 1, which one of the d we mean?
okay.
dx or
Here,
dz?
here we can say like this. We can say that x is equal to t, z is equal to t in the parametric form, where t is from 0 to 1 and y is constant 1. We can say like this.
Okay, because they
are same.
They are same. So we can
Right?
see that.
We can
Right.
say like this also.
What about if they different?
Nothing.
We make it two integral.
Parametric. No. You see, x and z, they have same limit.
Yes.
So we can convert both into parametric form. Okay. And
Okay.
then we can replace here x square by t square, x multiply z. X is t, z is t, so this is also t square, and y is 1. We can do this. So then this dx will be dt, and this dz will also be dt. We can do this also. Make use of parametric equations. Now when we take this dot product, t square with ax, dt with ax, so t square dt minus t square multiply 0 minus 1 multiply dt. Second part is 0, dt is outside, then integral is t power 3 over 3 minus t from 0 to 1. This minus t is from integral of 1 is t. So it is 1 over 3 minus 1 is negative 2 over 3. Okay. Similarly, L4. Line 4. Line 4, x is fixed, 1. So 1 dx, y is a variable. So y dy, z varies. So z dz. And if you move along line 4 from upper corner to lower corner, then y is coming from 1 to 0 and z is also coming from 1 to 0. So we can say that y is equal to t, z is equal to t, and t is between 0 and 1. So this line integral along L4 is f dot dl4 0 to 1. Remember, x is equal to 1 in the vector field. So we have 1 square ax, yani 1 ax minus x multiply z, yani 1 multiply t is a t ay minus y square, yani t square az dot dl4. First is 0 ax plus y is equal to t, so dy is equal to dt ay plus dt ay. Okay, the first part is gone. Minus t ay and dt ay. So dot product is minus t dt and minus t square dt. You can write it 0 to 1 minus t plus t square dt. So minus bracket t power 2 over 2 plus t power 3 over 3 from 0 to 1. So minus integral 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. So 3 plus 2, 5, 5 over 6 equal to minus 5 over 6. So the line integral L f dot dl. First answer is negative 1 over 3, then 0, negative 1 over 3 plus 0, minus 2 over 3, minus 5 over 6, 6, minus 2, minus 4, minus 5, minus 11 over 6 is the final answer. 1 minute. Why they are saying positive? Oh, my mistake. It is coming from 1 to 0. And then we switch the limits and put outside positive. Yeah, that was our mistake. So plus here, plus here. So the final answer is negative 1 over 6. I hope these things are clear.
There's still minus 5 over 6.
Yeah, still this minus is not removed. So I hope this is clear. Do it by yourself, make things clear. So this is about line integral. More we will see, of course, more we will see in the exercise. Now, what does this quantity represent? It represents a work done by a force. Work. We will see later somewhere it should be written somewhere. Work. Now the second integral type of integral is surface integral. surface integral. Okay. Surface integral is defined as, now what is given? Given a vector field, why my G is so ugly? Given a vector field A, like I show you before, or F, whatever it is, and a surface S. This is given. So the surface integral is defined as A dot ds. Now this ds is actually that vector quantity, vector element. As you have seen, for example, in spherical coordinates, I'm moving back here. As you are seeing right now on screen, ds is equal to r square sine theta d theta d phi d a sub r. No, a sub r is a unit vector. So it means ds is a vector quantity. Maybe it is a theta, still it is a vector quantity. A phi, still it is a vector quantity. So ds is actually here a vector quantity. Now, this can also be written like this: integral over S, then a vector dot an, yani unit normal. An. What is an? Unit normal, and it is a vector quantity. So this a sub n is a unit. We can say it like this. You know, we use I hat, j hat, k hat. We use hat for the unit vectors. So a hat is like a unit vector, and then ds. Now what is the ds on the right hand side without vector notation? That ds is, again, I'm going back and I'm showing you here. ds is the same thing, but without these unit vectors, ar, a theta, or a phi. Without ar, without a theta, or without a phi. What is this thing? This is ds without vector notation. Okay, so this is, tell me, let me ask you, you are engineers. So you have some surface and a vector field is passing through that surface. And what this thing is called? A vector field passing through some surface or unit area. What this quantity is called?
Intensity, maybe.
No.
Or density.
No. There is a vector field is
Flux.
passing.
Flux.
Flux. You are absolutely right.
Flux.
So this quantity give us flux. Line integral give us a work. Okay. So this is the surface integral. Now let us see if there is some example for calculate this one. Calculate the circulation of A around the edge L. Oh, this is the same thing. Line integral. Example, practice exercise 3.2 is the same. Where is some question about surface? Maybe it is in the exercise. Maybe it is in the exercise. So let me go to the exercise. Calculation of vector fields. Exercise, where is exercise? Come on. Problem 3.1, differential. By using the differential surface area ds, determine the area of the following surfaces. Volume. Using the dependent differential dl. Okay, where is with the ds? Vector field. Determine the gradient and this one. Okay, let me not waste time for this one. I will look for some exercise, particular exercise, and we'll do this on Sunday because next week is also here for us. No, but there's here is next thing. So we will do example or exercise, but first I need to find example or exercise relating to surface integrals. Then the last thing is volume integral. Volume integral is defined as rho v dv. It is defined as integral over some solid rho v dv, and we know that what is dv in Cartesian coordinates, we know what is dv in cylindrical coordinates, we know what is dv in spherical coordinates. As you have seen, dv will be dx, dy, dz, or their permutations. It will also be rho, rho, d rho, d phi, dz. In cylindrical coordinates, it is r square sine theta, dr, d theta, d phi. In spherical coordinates. So we have seen these things before. So it depends. And rho v is the function which we are using to find the volume. To find the volume of the solid. So this is the function. This is dv. So we will, as the volume integral, rho v is a scalar over the volume v. This is volume integral. Remember, Shabab, this volume integral does not give us volume of that solid. This gives us integral of a function rho v, where rho v is a function of x, y, z, and those x, y, z are taken from the solid whose volume is v. And surface integral does not give you the surface area, it gives you flux. And line integral does not give you the length, it gives you the work. Yes, surface integral will give you surface area if vector field is 1. We have done examples before. And here the last integral, volume integral, will give us volume of the solid v when rho v is equal to 1. So rho v is a scalar function. Let me write it here. Rho v it will be a function of x, y, z, or it will be a function of rho, phi, z, or it will be some function of r, theta, phi. So it depends. Or maybe it is a figure, and from the figure we need to write what is this rho v, and we will see this in more details, like we have seen this in more detail about the line integral, and I need to search for the particular questions in the exercise or practice exercise about surface integral and volume integral, and then I will solve those questions for you to make this idea even more clear. What is next? What is next thing in this chapter, section 3.4? That is del operator. Del operator has a symbol triangle upside down, and this del operator is a vector operator, partial over partial x, unit vector ax, plus partial over partial y, unit vector ay, plus partial over partial z, and unit vector az. Now, del operator is applied on a scalar field. Okay. And we have use of this del operator 4 times, yani 4 different uses of this del operator. And number 1 is gradient. Gradient of a scalar field. We are saying scalar field. So scalar field is like a scalar function. Vector field is a vector function. And gradient, how this gradient is defined? Del scalar field, let us say V. So del V. What is del V? Gradient V. We also, in some books, we use the word grad, grad V. Is del V, it is partial of V by partial x, and ax is same. Partial of V by partial y, and ay same. Partial of V by partial z, az. So gradient of a scalar field, this is a vector quantity. A vector quantity, and gradient of a scalar is a vector. Number 2. Divergence. Of a vector field. So divergence is defined for a vector field. And as I say right before, that a vector field, as we have seen in the example where it was f, it is a sum function of x, y, z, a unit vector ax. It can be in rho, phi, z. It can be in spherical. So let us first write in just in Cartesian, and we can also do the same for the other. What is next? Q of x, y, z, a, y. plus R of x, y, z, a, z. So this is a vector field. Then what is divergence? We also write div of this vector field. It is defined as del dot A. Now you take dot product of del operator with vector A. So you will get partial P over partial X, AX, plus partial Q over partial Y, AY, plus partial R by partial Z, AZ. This is how we compute the divergence. Number 3 is curl. Curl of a vector field A. Now this vector field is same, and that is also written as CURLA or del cross vector A. And how do we compute del cross vector A? Here we have AX if we are in Cartesian coordinates, AY, AZ, partial over partial X, partial over partial Y, partial over partial Z, then here P, here Q, and here R, and you know how to expand, open this determinant. Okay, so this is about the del operator. To obtain del operator in the other coordinate system, yani in cylindrical coordinate system, to obtain del, okay, let me write here, del operator in cylindrical coordinates. You know, we obtain these quantities in cylindrical or spherical from Cartesian. You know, rho, it should be black. So we have something in Cartesian and we are converting into cylindrical, and in cylindrical, you know that rho is equal to x square plus y square square root. And you also know that tan of phi is equal to y over x. So if we have x, we have y, we can get rho, we can get phi, and you know z is same z. Okay. Now from here, we can get partial over partial x. Tan phi is y over x. Tan of phi is y over x. So partial over partial x, cosine phi, partial over partial rho, cosine phi, partial over partial rho, minus sine phi, partial over partial phi. Similarly, partial over partial y, we can get sine of phi partial over partial rho plus cosine of phi partial over partial phi. Now the question is, how do we get these two? Partial over partial x equal to this and partial over partial y equal to this.
Doctor, times, doctor.
Oh, by chance it is time now. So I will explain this. How do we get this in terms of rho and phi on Sunday, inshallah. And you also have something on Sunday. Quiz? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
And quiz from which exercises? Chapter? Chapter 2. Full chapter 2. So prepare well, inshallah, and see you on Sunday. If you have
Thank you,
any
Dr.
question,